All right, Alex Thompson's here, national political correspondent for Axios, perhaps the best sourced reporter at the White House. When people lash out, it tends to be one of two reasons. Either they're embarrassed or they're scared. I'm wondering which emotion is over there at the White House tonight.
Why not both? I mean, the fact is that this report is incredibly damning.
Would a indictment have been better than this report?
Maybe, because an indictment, at least you say, oh, I mishandled classified documents. I didn't do what Donald Trump did, which was that I didn't return them when I was asked. There was no obstruction charge. Right. But at least maybe there was but now you have the two things. You have equivalency with Donald Trump in terms of you mishandled classified documents, and you have the added burden of he's not charging you because he is saying he assumed you would present yourself as a man with diminished faculties that couldn't remember. And not just do you know, people 45 say, oh, I can't recall in judicial settings. In this case, it was like, I can't remember, I'm 81.
Pull the curtain back for us, okay? Because we sat here 24 hours ago and all of a sudden saw the email that said Biden's going to speak at 7:45 tonight, and we're stunned. And everybody I talked to was stunned. Pull the curtain back. What was happening inside the White House that led to, from the special counsel's report, to Joe Biden coming out and doing what he did?
One word: fury. And not just with the White House staff, with the president himself. The president is not known as widely because he has sort of a genial demeanor, especially publicly. Behind the scenes, Joe Biden has an enormous, volcanic at times temper. That's what this report triggered, especially the fact that they questioned, and I don't know if we're ever going to see the transcript, but according to special counsel Hur, Joe Biden did not remember when his son died.
Right.
Years apart from when he died. And that line in particular, there's no line or issue that really gets at Joe Biden's temper more than his family. That line stuck, and he was fuming. And the thing is, this White House almost never puts this president in televised public settings after 7 p.m., almost ever, in part because I can tell you, behind the curtain, they worry sometimes that he gets a little tired. He gets a little fatigued. The stutter comes back. He'll make mistakes. This was a move motivated by one thing and one thing only: Joe Biden's fury at the special counsel report. That's why you saw him go out there defiant, and it's also why you saw him.
Do they think it worked last night? Are they sitting there high-fiving this morning, going, "Oh, I mean, publicly they are, but what are they saying privately?"
Depends who you talk to. I think there are a few camps in this situation. I don't think almost anybody really thinks that it was an effective display of leadership. The fact that you throw your staff under the bus, the fact that you sort of go back and forth.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. Here's why: because your microphone is having some issues. So we're going to play a soundbite of Bill O'Reilly from earlier in the week, almost predicting this, and we're going to change your microphone. Give us 1 second.
But Joe Biden's handlers, including his wife, who is growing in influence, Joe Biden, they don't know what he's going to say from hour to hour. They cannot put him out there because if a tough question is lodged, nobody knows whether Biden is capable of answering it without blowing himself up.
And just like that, we can now hear Alex Thompson of Axios. I thought Bill O'Reilly bringing up Joe Biden was really, really interesting. And I'm wondering if that's what the White House wants. This was in Mike Allen's note this morning. American Woman is coming out, a book about the first ladies. She had watched a news conference. This was back in 2022 that was very problematic, a number of factual errors. And the look on her face told everyone in the room, from the president on down, they had some explaining to do. Why didn't anyone stop that? She demanded. And look, there's some history to this, right? There was a first lady who became the de facto president. This is President Wilson's first lady. How much of a worry is there of the Jill Biden narratives creeping into coverage?
You know, I actually have not detected that, in part because this story just came out. Yep. That being said, this story is 100% true. Jill so every first lady has their role. I'd say Michelle Obama, in some ways, her role was to both take care of the family, but also to keep Barack Obama honest. You know, she sort of gave him a hard time at times. Jill Biden's role is protector. And the fact is, she's incredibly involved.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.